Hello, good evening and welcome to Joy News Prime. This broadcast is live from our studios here at Kukumlimi. We're live on DSV channel 421, GoTV channel 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. My name is Fostina, Sarfo.
And I am Emmanuel. Samani. Tonight, the fate of the former Signals Bureau boss hangs in the balance after his lawyers failed to show up in court, compelling the judge to rule that if they are not present during the next sitting, the accused will be made to cross-examine the prosecution's witness.
Also tonight, President John Dramani Mahama approves major shake-up in National Security Council, appointing former Chief of Army Staff Major General William Ayamdo, retired, as Deputy National Security Coordinator.
Also tonight, the Ghana Association of University Administrators threatens to intensify its strike unless government intervenes in unresolved conditions of service, market premium, and retirement disputes with the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission.
At 8 p.m., Winston comes your way with prime business.
Now, Professor Peter Quartey urges government to diversify export and reduce reliance on gold as Ghana's merchandise trade rises from $6 billion in 2004 to $52.5 billion in 2025.
And at 8:30, we come your way with Joy Sports.
We'll hear from the managers of Volta Catch who are poised for the 2026 edition of the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament.
Well, remember, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism.
Well, it's a good time to take a seat and please be our guests. Welcome to the program. Tonight, the fate of the former National Signals Bureau Director General Akufo-Addo is in limbo after his lawyers abandoned him in court for the legal vacation. Trial Judge Francis Achibonga warned that Addo would have to cross-examine the prosecution witness himself if he returns on the next adjourned date without legal representation. The Deputy AG, Justice Samani, has rejected the Ghana Bar Association's position that cases should be adjourned until October, insisting it has no legal basis. Well, our legal affairs correspondent Fatal Boyaga has more on this report.
The Deputy Attorney General's comments follow a letter by the Ghana Bar Association to Chief Justice Paul Bafubani urging him to ensure that judges respect the established traditions governing the legal vacation. The Bar Association has particularly objected to lawyers being directed to appear in court after indicating that they would be unavailable during the vacation period. However, speaking to journalists at the Accra High Court, Justice Remsai said the position taken by the GBA does not prevent the courts from proceeding with the cases.
Apart from the fact that there is no practice backing what the GBA is saying, it's not supported by law, by any rule of practice, and again, it's not also supported by reason that would be positive or advance the cause of justice. So for us, it is a self-imposed understanding of the law, which we do not think should be allowed to prevail.
He also rejected suggestions that the Attorney General is engaging in selective justice, describing the concerns raised by some lawyers as an attempt to delay ongoing trials.
As we are concerned, there is no controversy on this matter. It is just an attempt to, as usual, delay cases. Look, while we are doing these cases, you will notice that it's always a fight taking dates. Every day there's one excuse or the other whenever we want to take adjournment. And this is all part of the same trick. So,
for Chief Justice Paul Bafubani, a judge who is certain and ready to hear a case cannot be prevented from doing so merely because the council has made personal arrangements during the vacation period.
You have your clients. If your clients decide to give you leave, well, go on leave. But you cannot say that there's a legal vacation and the judge who is actually sitting cannot do your case. No, that's not it.
Meanwhile, the lead counsel for former Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority, Mustafa Abdul Hamid Joseph Kwemka, described the decision of the Chief Justice as novel.
Judges do not normally deal with the substantive hearings. It is only motions. So the holiday judges sit to hear motions and urgent applications. But if you look at the two specialized courts, they are asked to do normal hearings that we do during the normal period that we are in court, as against the vacation. So if you ask me, it's novel. We've not done that before.
For JoyNews, Fatao Bayaga, Accra High Court.
Meanwhile, lead counsel for former National Signals Bureau Director General Samuel Atacha has defended his absence from court, insisting he would rather, quote, die for democracy, and quote, than compromise what he considers established legal practice.
I'm not going to lend my energies and support to what I see as an aberration, a cancellation of the traditions at the bench and the bar. What is the meaning of legal vacation? The CJ is on legal vacation, is it not? The Supreme Court is shut down. The Court of Appeal is shut down. And the High Court is also shut down in substantial respects, save a few who should handle emergencies. Is it Adubuain's case that's going to bring inflation down in Ghana? They should spare us this selective justice. I will not be part of it.
Does that mean that you are then giving up on your client?
I'm not giving up on my client, but I'm upholding principle. But if it means that my client doesn't want me to uphold principle, then it's up to him. But it's not because of one brief that will cancel a tradition. And also the Courts Act and the rules of court. I've asked a question. People do not want to answer. If we believe that legal vacation is not important, let's delete it from the Courts Act. I'm not superior to any other lawyer, my dear friend. What is at stake is upholding principles. It's not personal to me at all. So that when people are upholding principles, they don't want to, get a sense of upholding principle. James Dankwa died in the prison cell, not because it was his pleasure, but one man rule was an aberration, and he was prepared to die for democracy.
Let's explore this further. Join me now is private legal practitioner Samson Ladi Ayeni. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. I'd like to pick your thoughts on this. You're a lawyer. Let's go down memory lane. Is this the first time that a court will be asked to sit or hear cases when the court is on vacation?
I believe that's not the crux of the issue here. No lawyer worth their salt will say that courts are not designated to sit in the vacation. Every year, courts are designated to sit in the vacation. So in Accra, you have as many as 11 courts. And then you have other courts across the country that have been designated as vacation courts. But the crux of the matter is whether or not during the vacation, lawyers are compelled to do their cases within the period. I think that is the issue.
And with this issue, does Samuel Atacha have a case, really? He raises concerns that he already sent a petition to the Chief Justice, although that petition has been dismissed. Yet his client has been forced to appear before the court in his absence. In fact, the judge today warned that during the next sitting date, if his client fails to show up with a lawyer, he will be made to cross-examine the witness provided by the Attorney General himself.
A party in a criminal process or even in a civil process being made to cross-examine in the absence of their lawyer is not strange. But in this case, my humble view is that, like the Chief Justice said, the vacation is actually for the judges. But all the years since it started, since we put it in our law books, we the lawyers, what we also do is that we are entitled to leave within the year. Everybody in this country by law is entitled to enjoy some leave. Now, it doesn't make sense that you will take your leave and not take it to coincide with the period when the judges are going on leave for the superior court. Let's understand, the lower courts are sitting. Circuit and district courts, they are going on with their business. They are not part of the vacation that we are talking about. They have their own leave roster, which I have suggested, if we want to adopt that for the superior courts, that's High Court, Court of Appeal, and Supreme Court, fair enough. But until we have deleted and changed the position, judges always indulge lawyers. When it's vacation and you have a case, they will ask you, those who are vacation judges, they will ask you, they will tell you that I'm a vacation judge. Would you like to appear during the vacation? And often, many lawyers will say, no, I have arrangements for my vacation. And they will indulge just to go on vacation.
But isn't that the exact point the Attorney General is making, that convention is not law?
Convention and practices actually assume the status of law. Elsewhere in England, you don't see, as you hear, they don't have a written constitution. What embodies their law includes customs, conventions, and practices. Every lawyer knows that certain conventions and practices become what you know as soft law. My point is, it's not the fault of the lawyers that they have to enjoy their vacation, because it doesn't make sense to have expected that they would have taken their leave at a time that does not coincide with the time when the court is on break. But they should direct their pleas. Should be a plea. They should direct it to the judges, because the judges are the ones who will give the adjournment and not the chief justice. Making prejudicial comments that are, suggest motives and ill motives and bias and so on. I don't know what they know, but those are not healthy.
Thank you so much, Samson Ladi, for your time here on JoyNews Prime.
Meanwhile, Chief Justice Paul Bafo-Boni says opposition from some politicians is hindering judicial reforms, including the creation of special courts. He insists the judiciary has the mandate to establish courts to handle corruption and illegal mining cases. Speaking at the Judicial Service Senior Staff Association's Congress in Sunyani, he urged judicial staff to embrace change as Precious Semevo has more.
The Senior Staff Association of the Judicial Service of Ghana, SAJOG's second quadrennial Delegates Congress, is ongoing in Sunyani on the theme Trade Unionism in the Service, Partnering Management for Quality Justice Administration. The Congress is an opportunity for members to discuss welfare issues and the support needed from the Judicial Service to improve justice delivery and promote industrial harmony. SAJOG President Maureen Suta Marilyn reaffirmed workers' right to join organizations to advance their interest and appealed to the Chief Justice to conclude their salary negotiations.
May I respectfully use this opportunity to humbly plead with you to ensure the implementation of the CI and the conclusion of salary negotiations for 2027 before you leave office.
Chief Justice Paul Bafo-Boni said the Judicial Service cannot fulfill its constitutional mandate without a motivated, fairly treated and professionally committed workforce. He further said the judiciary is pursuing reforms to improve justice delivery despite its political opposition.
We are pursuing reforms designed to make the administration of justice more efficient, more accessible, and more responsive to the needs of the people. Special courts have been created. As usual, it has a lot of opposition from politicians who speak with different tongues. when they are in power or when they are in opposition. Now, special courts have been created to take care of what we have been we have been hearing every year, fallout from the Auditor General's report. We have special courts to deal with Galamsey, which is a national menace. And yet, instead of getting a pat on the shoulder, some members of the society think that these courts have been set up to get them. If you don't have any skeletons to hide in your cupboard, if you see anybody going to your cupboard, you don't get frightened. The reforms that we have embarked upon will succeed only if the men and women who operate them are prepared for the change. That requires training.
Precious Semovo, JoyNews, Sunyai.
Away from that, President John Dramani Mahama has approved a major shake-up of the National Security Council Secretariat, appointing former Chief of Army Staff Major General William Ayamdo, retired, as Deputy National Security Coordinator in charge of operations. 5 other officials have been appointed or reassigned across key areas of the security architecture. On your screens now are the list of 4 changes that have been made, and it takes effect immediately. Now, one of the key names that we just told you about is Major Retired General William Ayamdo, former Chief of Army Staff. He is now appointed the Deputy National Security Coordinator for Operations. Mr. Yao Dongo, former National Security Coordinator, now appointed Director of Intelligence and Research at the Office of the National Security Advisor. Mr. Adamu Saka is appointed Director of Logistics and Transport. Ms. Fostina Wedi, appointed Officer in charge of Human Security Department. DCOP retired Peter Nutugri is appointed Officer in charge of Special Investigations Unit. ACP Al-Hassan Osman reassigned to the Ghana Police Service for further deployment. These appointments, according to the statement put out by the presidency, and reassignments takes effect immediately.
Well, for more on this, let's welcome in Dr. Victor Doke. He's a security analyst and joins us live. More on this. Dr. Doke, good evening. Many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
One of the questions that's on the minds of a lot of people is what could necessitate this reorganization and appointment, especially on the back of our new Defense Minister, Kenneth Gilbert Ajay.
Thank you very much. I think on the back of all this, the president is seeking to do one thing, that is to strengthen the security apparatus. So when you look at the major appointments, Major General retired Ayamdo, former course coming in, he brings a depth of, experience. When you look at his portfolio, looking at how he served the army, the experience in the areas of operations and planning, command and control, very key. The essential thing, interagency security coordination, the aspect of counterterrorism, the threats on our border security, strategic defense planning, and overall, looking at how you can garner resources towards the many threats that we are facing. And position to the DI also is very critical because you need to conduct research that informs your intelligence and planning for proactive preventive measures. So overall, the president is looking at strengthening the security apparatus as a whole for the security operations to be very well coordinated, looking at the inclusion of the senior military commander. It will also mean that he's looking at how we can improve intelligence gathering, which we have been, hammering on for a long time. Intelligence gathering is very key. When you have a lot of threats surrounding your borders and even internally, you need intelligence to be able to move in and then conduct operations. So all these things would mean the president is looking at how he can bring experience on board to help the advisor and coordinator respectively to achieve his objectives, which is to strengthen the security apparatus of the country.
Well, Dr. Doke, thank you so much for those insights there. Away from that, the nationwide strike by the Ghana Association of University Administrators has entered its second day, disrupting IT services at KNUST, although administrative offices remain open. GAUA members are protesting what they describe as unfair market premiums and disparities in allowances. Emmanuel reports.
Although the administrators have laid down their tools, JoyNews checks at the university campus revealed administrative offices are running as students and other non-striking staff sought services from them. Enquiries at these offices indicate that contract staff and administrators who are not members of the association were at post to offer assistance to individuals seeking solutions to their issues. However, IT infrastructure needed to process certain requests remained a challenge as the key staff with access to them were not at post. Ordinarily, the parking lot at the frontage of the university's administration is filled with more vehicles, especially during working hours. However, checks showed empty spaces, purporting that the usual occupants could be members of the association. At the IT office of the university, students were seen in queue as some officials at the department tended to their needs. However, the office occupied by a GAWA member was closed. The industrial action is expected to bite harder in the coming days. For JoyNews, my name is Emmanuel.
But speaking during a press conference in Accra, President of GAWA at the University of Ghana and immediate past National President Michael Owusu-Ansah warns that the next phase of the industrial action could hit the administrative machinery that keeps universities running.
I'm saying that procurement, our members are the people who handle procurement processes in the university. And if we are not involved in the procurement processes, procurement of teaching materials, sanitation items, all logistics is going to come to a halt. Our members are those processing financial transactions, check payments, salary payments, release of funds are all handled by our members. And so if we have withdrawn our services, it means payment processing in the university is going to be affected. Our members are in charge of admission processes. And so if our members withdraw, admission processes will...
Well, let's get more on this and how what authorities are doing to address this matter. Dr. Cynthia Sena Beglo is the Executive Secretary of the Vice Chancellors of Ghana. She joins us via Zoom for a conversation. Doc, good evening. First, how is this ongoing strike currently affecting activities and operations at universities across the country?
It's obvious. I mean, nobody must tell you that the administrators, university machinery is purely administrative rather than the machinery. Once that machinery crashes the whole, there's a lot of things at stake. So many areas. Student services, finance, legal services, physical development services, maintenance, sanitation, or you can name it, academic affairs, admissions, and all these. And then the health services, the most critical is the health services. The health facilities that cater for both students and faculty and entire university. All these library services,
right?
Human resource services, and so on, health welfare. All these are administrative, and once there is a halt, then it means that the university is almost at a standstill.
Right. So, I mean, Dr. Bekolo, looking at the implications that you've listed, what measures is your caucus putting in place to address the situation, particularly, given the concerns that has been raised by GAUA?
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, we were, the chairman of Vice Chancellors Ghana, Professor Sarfo, and I were actually on the spot when they declared the strike at their annual congress in Sunyani. At that immediate moment, we tried to have some engagement with them. We were lucky to have Dr. Graham himself, who was also present. We tried to have a little focus meeting to, just get a few issues and understand some of the issues and see what we could do immediately. So those are the earlier steps that we have taken. But going forward, UCG as the employer, what we do normally is to create the opportunity for a lot of engagement.
Right.
So currently, tomorrow evening, we are meeting with our executives and then our registrars and finance directors. And then on Thursday, we've also been called to a meeting with the Minister for Education. Those are just some of the earlier strategies in the series of things that we have to do. Indeed, the complaints are multifaceted and they require the engagement of many actors from various ministries and agencies. And I think that Thursday's meeting is the beginning of the actions and the strategies that we can take to ensure that the engagement goes on and most of the matters that have been raised as complaints are dealt with. I believe that with time we will be able to deal with them.
Well, Dr. Peglo, thank you so much. He's Executive Secretary of Vice Justice of Ghana. Fostina.
So watching JoyNews Prime. We're taking a quick breather. When we return, we have more in store for you. Please stay with us.
When malaria shows up, it doesn't knock. It just takes over.
No. This fever is too much.
When malaria comes, respond with Mala-2. Fight malaria with Mala-2 tablets or syrup from Ernest Chemists. Test for malaria first before taking Mala-2. If symptoms persist for more than 48 hours, see a doctor. This advert is FDA approved.
When you're little, days are extremely busy. Work, traffic jams, meetings, conference calls. Luckily, our mom is here to take good care of us with day-by-day baby and day-by-day kids and their naturally active ingredients. Our skin is hydrated, soothed, and protected all day long. Yes, hello?
Aye, malaria's remedy is Lonat. Therefore, we're gonna use Lonat to recover. You have malaria? Yes, please. Are you shivering? Yes, yes. You got chills? Yes, take Lonat. Lonat. First day, Lonat. Take Lonat. Second day, Lonat. Take Lonat. Lonat. Third day, Lonat. Take Lonat. That's all. Lonat, scatter malaria. Lonat, it scatter malaria.
This advert is FDA approved.
Is your tech holding you back? Feeling lost in the maze of outdated gadgets? Relax. Come with me to CompuGuard.
Magic. Now I've been international fashion designer. No more pencil than talk matter beer. CompuGuard. Class in boy.
Oh, number one.
Ghana, we don't just sell electronics, we transform your life. From office to home appliances and more, we have everything you need to step into the future.
CompuGuard, class in Kwa. CompuGuard, number one.
Discover Willow Lane in Sakumono, one of Ghana's most prime community. These expertly designed 4-bedroom homes feature a private elevator, 4 ensuite bedrooms, private balconies, walk-in closets, and a gourmet kitchen and a maid's quarters. Perfect for families, executives, investors, and retirees, our community offers a swimming pool, playground, and 3-tier security for your peace of mind. Experience the ultimate in comfort, convenience, and community here at Willow Lane, Sakumo. Visit waylead.org or call 0240-111119 or 0308-040500 to book your tour today. Waylead, your trusted home builder.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
That's right. Did you see that? That is me. Without me, that tap would just be decoration.
That's so. So when the water comes, where exactly is it waiting? Pipe. I also didn't see any bedroom no. Me tank. Me na me kura.
At least I move water.
And I keep it safe.
Without me, nothing flows.
What's happening?
I bring the life.
I preserve it.
Hey, why is the water going on and off like this? Maybe I can do it alone.
Maybe I need you too.
Strong, reliable, built for every home.
Syntex pipes and tanks, the perfect
water team. Syntex, a year strong, a year tough.
Welcome to a place where everyday living is reimagined, where space, movement, and community come together effortlessly. With thoughtfully designed spaces, modern facilities, and everything you need within reach, you don't just live here, you feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Step inside Eden Heights and discover spaces crafted for comfort, style, and everyday living. And just when it feels right, you will know. Because this isn't just about finding a house, it's about stepping into a better way of living.
Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Book a private viewing today.
Welcome back for more news now.
To other stories, Ghana's worsening plastic waste crisis is increasing pressure on producers to take responsibility for the waste generated by their products. At the JoyNews Imani Africa Dialogue in Accra, experts, regulators, and industry players called for stronger action to reduce plastic pollution and ease the burden on the country's waste management systems.
The proposed extended producer responsibility law is expected to replace Ghana's largely voluntary system with mandatory obligations for manufacturers. Senior Research Associate at Imani Africa, Dennis Asari, says producers must be required to support the collection and management of waste generated by their products.
I would say that after the flood, we've not seen much because there's no mandatory mechanism at the moment. But when the EPR law is passed, there's going to be a much more stricter mechanism to deal with plastic waste here. Currently, it's still a voluntary mechanism. Through this EPR law, it's going to be a mandatory mechanism, and that the manufacturer is responsible for the product they put on the market.
EPA's Acting Director of Sustainability and Circular Economy, Larry Koto, says producers would also be required to prove that plastic products are recyclable before they enter the market.
You cannot put any of such plastics once the law comes into effect, because you need to demonstrate that we can recycle your product. If you're not able to do so, you cannot put it on the market. Even if you look at our styrofoam ban options, we have the plastic reusable containers. Okay. You pay more for plastic because that is what the policy is. It's just trying to get people off.
Deputy Director at the Ministry of Local Government, Godfred Fifi Boedi, however, warns that some alternatives, including paper products with plastic lining, also pose recycling challenges.
The paper oftentimes is even more complex to recycle because the paper itself has plastic lining. And so these are not alternatives you just simply switch to. You switch to based on the capacity you have. Jaspon Green Transition says the focus should be clear on standards for measuring the recyclability and environmental impact of products. General Manager Dr. Glyn Jima says the end-of-life impact of products must be considered when setting recyclability standards.
And so I think based on the material in nature, the end product in nature, that should be used as the base of determining the minimum recyclable capability of that particular material.
For JoyNews, Deborah Enimwa Bedu's report read to you.
Now, metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies could be required to increase their internally generated funds by at least 15% every year under a proposed new revenue mobilization framework. Administrator on the District Assembly's Common Fund, Michael Harry Yamson, says the move is aimed at reducing assemblies' dependence on central government and giving them greater financial autonomy to drive development. Martha Sewa Boachen has more in the following report.
Speaking at the National Dialogue on Decentralization and Responsive Governance, Michael Harry Yamson said Ghana's decentralization system must move beyond the transfer of funds from Accra and give local assemblies genuine fiscal, administrative and political autonomy. Under the proposed district-owned revenue mobilization compact, every MMDA would be required to achieve at least 15% annual growth in its own source revenue as a condition for full access to the grant envelope.
The first is the District-Owned Revenue Mobilization Compact. This ends fiscal dependency permanently. Under this compact, every MMDA must achieve at least 15% own resource revenue growth per annum as a condition for full access to our grant envelope. In exchange, we propose that assemblies retain 70% of their revenue within their own jurisdiction.
The Executive Director of the Institute for Democratic Governance, Dr. Emmanuel, is calling for political parties to become more policy-oriented and strengthen their institutional capacity to contribute meaningfully to governance as authorities consider reforms to the local government system.
Given the situation that we've had to live with throughout, I think we are faced with a very compelling process, one that says, can we get our political parties, MPP and NDC, to now say that, hey, we've tried everything. Can we go forward in looking at how parties could participate in local government, and parties could also at the same time create spaces for independent candidates to contest elections as it is. We are not sure what it is, but what I'm thrilled by is that I hear within NDC now those who are saying parties could come in and those who still say no, keep parties out. How are we going to resolve it? I think a lot will depend on how the District Assembly Common Fund also considers the need to put funds there for these issues to be resolved.
The proposed revenue target is expected to strengthen the financial independence of local assemblies and improve their capacity to deliver development at the community level. But stakeholders say greater physical autonomy must be matched with stronger institutions and more policy-driven political parties to make Ghana's decentralization system more effective. For JoyNews, Martha Sewa-Boache's report, read to you.
Away from that, Managing Director of Republic Bank Ghana, Dr. Benjamin Joboku, says affordability rather than the availability of housing units remains the biggest challenge confronting Ghana's housing sector. Speaking at the launch of the Republic Bank JoyNews Habitat Fair, Dr. Joboku says low household incomes, high borrowing costs, and persistent land litigations are making it increasingly difficult for many Ghanaians to own homes. He says addressing the housing challenge will require a concerted effort from government, financial institutions, developers, and other stakeholders across the sector.
I want to thank our partner, Multimedia Group, for the trust and the relationship that has been built over decades. We are building lives for our compatriots, Ghanaians. Those of you who are listening and viewing me, my recommendation is just simple. Do not abandon your dream of owning home. Come to Republic Bank Ghana. Let us understand your circumstances. We have various options and we can chart the right path for you.
Meanwhile, Republic Bank Ghana has renewed its partnership with Multimedia Group Limited, signing a 3-year agreement to become the title sponsor of the Habitat Fair program. General Manager of Joy Brands at the MGL, Francis Fifi Coomson, spoke at the launch of this year's Republic Bank JoyNews Habitat Fair in Accra.
3 years ago, Republic Bank became the title sponsor of the Habitat Fair of our Kumasi brands. That was a very exciting time. And we've had a very exciting journey. As a result of that, just this year, we have had an extension of a further 5 years, and that has been signed. It just signals that there's something good working. Today, in the same spirit, we sign a further, and in this case, for the Accra brands, 3 years partnership with the Republic Bank. That makes Republic Bank the title sponsor of the entire Habitat Fair portfolio of the Multimedia Group nationwide.
Private medical and dental practitioners are urging government to waive import duties and taxes on advanced cancer treatment equipment. National President of the Society, Dr. Andre Kwesi Kumar, says tax relief would strengthen Ghana's capacity to manage cancer and enable private facilities to expand treatment. Fred Kwame Asare reports.
Ghana is reported to have recorded about 27,260 cancer cases in 2024, with approximately 17,600 cancer-related deaths. Breast cancer, cervical cancer, liver cancer, prostate cancer, and ovarian cancer are the most common conditions identified in the country. The 45th Annual General Meeting of the Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners focused on discussing the best approaches to cancer management in Ghana. Addressing the meeting, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Professor Lydia Ziato, emphasized early detection, treatment, referrals, and research as pragmatic measures in the fight against cancer.
I mentioned that help us to create awareness, health education, help us to detect early, and I'm adding the fact that you help us to refer early. I'm calling that you incorporate research, fund some research, conduct some research to help in the area of practice as you have it.
The Health Minister, Kwabena Minta Akando, called for public-private sector collaboration to improve cancer management in the country.
Private health providers continue to make significant contributions to health financing, service delivery, technology adoption, specialist care, and job creation. Your role in expanding access and improving the quality of care is widely recognized and appreciated. The Ministry of Health firmly believes that stronger collaboration between government and the private sector is essential to effectively address the growing burden of cancer.
In response, the National President of the Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners, Dr. Andre Kwesi-Kuma, made appeals to the government to enable the private sector to meet its demands.
We therefore want to suggest to government to waive off the import duties and taxes on such items and facilitate their ready discharge from the ports. We also wish for the government to provide a dedicated budgetary support for the private sector or provide financial guarantees that will enable the private sector to seek assistance from the banks. In relation to this also, we also call on the government to facilitate the formation of an umbrella body of private sector groups under the Ministry of Health so that we can effectively coordinate such activities with the major stakeholder, which is the Ministry of Health. And in this light, we propose that the Chamber of Health be instituted as soon as possible.
The 45th Annual General Meeting of the Society of Private Medical and Dental Practitioners was themed The New Dynamics of Cancer and Its Management in the Attainment of the SDGs. Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews. Oh.
Now, before we bring you showbiz, a community initiative developed by participants in the Anta Next Generation program has secured funding from the foundation. The idea emerged from direct engagement with communities during a 3-day workshop in Tamale. A former finance minister announced the support at the close of the program.
Structured training aimed at building the leadership skills of the selected 50 participants. The young leaders were split into groups and made to work with a community to identify issues that need to be addressed. The first group project is going to be funded. Speaking at the closing ceremony, the Member of Parliament for Karaga, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, said the foundation is enrolling 50 participants into the Anta Leaders Academy.
I'm formally admitting every participant in this room into the Anta Leaders Academy as members of this first cohort of Allah Fellows. Being an Allah Fellow is not a certificate you put away in your files or on your desks. It is a standing membership in a network of young Ghanaian leaders who have already demonstrated under pressure, at least from what we saw in your community work, that they can identify a real problem and organize other people around solving it.
He outlined what the membership would entail.
This membership carries 3 concrete commitments from us as a foundation. First, continuous training. You will have ongoing access to virtual sessions, mentorship, and resources through the academy. This does not end when this summit ends today. Second, a standing network. You are now connected to every other Allah fellow in this room and in future cohorts. People you can call on at any time, bear with, and be held accountable by for years after today. And third, a continued path to funding. Today's winning project will not be the last idea from this room.
Some of the participants spoke of the benefits of the seminar.
This program has been very impactful to me, especially as a young aspiring leader. I've learned so much from this program, and I've learned the skills and knowledge to be able to move from just a leader who formed beautiful policies on paper to a more practical leader.
When we came here, we were brought to train about leadership, and not only that, how to identify key issues in our various communities and the various ways to tackle those challenges. We've learned a lot during this summit. A lot of academics appear in the summit, and they impact on us different varieties of knowledge.
Becky Bex is in the studio. Drum roll, please.
Hello to you, Fostina. Good evening.
Good evening.
Tuesdays are always reserved for Prime Movie Box. We throw light on movies. We suggest movies for you. And this evening, we're talking to Ghanaian actress and television personality Nana McBrown. She is set to premiere her latest movie, Ama, on August 15. According to McBrown, the film is designed to educate and inspire young people, describing it as an eye-opener that will encourage the youth to reflect on some of the challenges they face in society.
Dr. Lakin you, the next you go.
The biggest thing to hit the cinemas is Ama. And of course, we're here with the Ama, the goddess. Yes, the Ama is right here, preaching to you guys out there to ensure that you come on the 15th of August at the UPSA, because we've changed venues. Yes, I know that. Yes. But why should we come to see Ama?
This is a movie from an experienced person. For 25 years, I've served Ghanaians, and mostly my movies, were produced by other producers or other people. I've studied the work, I've learned it, and I believe I can also do better. So this is not just my first movie, because I think this is my 7th or 8th movie. This really represents me, because I'm premiering it on my birthday, which is 15th of August. So Saturday, I want everybody to be here. And it's a movie that you will love to take the story home. They are learning a lot from this, from the young age to the adults, from the daughter to the parent, And also there's a vision of, everybody has a vision. Every young person has a vision. And mostly, their vision get diverted by problems with family, parent, and more. And I feel like this is the time, watch this movie and know that when you have a problem, make sure you don't force your child to be part of your problem. I really want Ghanaians to come out to celebrate me on my birthday and enjoy the movie. I made the ticket so, I don't want to use the word cheap, but I think it's affordable.
Very affordable. I see that, very affordable, which is the reason why you should come see Ama. And very, most importantly, we don't have movies coming in here and there. And so I'm very, very excited about this one. I'm sure you're also excited about it.
I am very excited because 25 years in the industry, as I was in Canada watching the FIFA, I just felt like this is what I want to do, but why do I have to wait?
This is for us. This is Ghanaian. And so I'll be expecting everybody
Becky,
at the UPSA. I have 2 tickets actually going out to our lovely viewers. You can call in, not now, but you can call in and let us know why you need the tickets. My producers will get you 2 tickets for Nana Magba. But before we go, let's talk about Tupac Shakur, because a key court hearing has taken place in Las Vegas in the long-running murder case involving rapper Tupac, who was killed in 1996. Dwayne Davis appeared at Clark County District Court alongside his attorney Michael during a calendar call and motion hearing ahead of his upcoming trial on murder charges in connection with Tupac's killing. The case has remained one of the most closely watched and resolved chapters in hip-hop history, and the proceedings against Davis have renewed global attention on the circumstances surrounding Tupac's death.
By shooting with no answers as to who, why, or how. This trial will hopefully answer those questions.
As the trial begins, Suge Knight, the man riding next to Tupac when he was shot.
That's my brother. I really love and care about him still today.
Speaking out from prison, where he's serving time on an unrelated case.
We'll never get the full truth or justice. And it's not a day go by that me personally doesn't think about Tupac. This trial has nothing to do with me. And if somebody brings me there, it's going to hurt whoever brings me there.
Tonight, we look back at how this notorious cold case finally got cracked. The dueling police departments that may have complicated the investigation.
I just don't believe a lot of the information that was being conducted there in LA was actually being shared with us.
There would be no indictment had we not did what we did then.
As all eyes are on what's to come at the trial of the only person ever charged for the killing of Tupac.
Hey Keith, Metro Police, come over here.
Keefe D's arrest nearly 3 years ago.
New developments in the unsolved murder of Tupac
shook the world of hip-hop and beyond.
Police arresting Dwayne Davis, known as Keefe D.
Authorities calling him the only living suspect for a murder Americans have been obsessed with for years.
So what they got you for, man?
Biggest case in Las Vegas history.
According to investigators, Keefe D's quiet life on this unassuming Nevada street masked the criminal past of a hardened gangster responsible for Tupac's.
It's me, Ivy.
Well, we'll be following closely of this particular case, the trial.
Indeed, quite sad.
We'll give you feedback.
Decades.
Yeah, it's been over 30 years. Yeah,
would see some closure in this case. Thank you so much, Becky.
Anytime.
We appreciate your time and your company. Up next is Prime Business.
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
Hey! Is your tech holding you back? Feeling lost in the maze of outdated gadgets? Relax. Come with me to Configure.
See magic. Now I've been international fashion designer. No more pencil than talk matter beer. Coffee Ghana. Class in one.
Oh, number one.
Ghana, we don't just sell electronics, we transform your life. From office to home appliances and more, we have everything you need to step into the future.
Comfy Ghana, classic one. Comfy Ghana, number one.
Passes, bad referee decisions. Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a straight win this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-50-10175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra, Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
So this strategy will lead. Oh no, not again.
Say, relax. The generator will come on now.
The generator is not working.
Why stress yourself when the experts are just one tap away? Introducing Left Power, the smart emergency support app from Left Signature Limited. With Left Power, certified engineers respond fast, anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stories.
Hello, sir. This is Left Signature Limited. The request has been received and our engineers are already on their way. Please relax. We've got you covered.
This is professional. Every Left expert is certified, verified, and can be tracked in real time. Oh, you'll know they're coming before they even arrive. From electrical engineering and solar power systems to data center management, cloud services, smart automation, and software development, Left Signature delivers excellence, fast, reliable, and professional. Left Power.
Your solution is just one tap away.
Available on Play Store and App Store.
Upgrade your print game with Konica Minolta, proudly powered by SkySat Technologies. From all-in-one machines that print, scan, and copy to professional systems and heavy-duty production machines, we deliver unmatched performance. Right now, SkySat has an unbeatable offer. 1 entire year of free servicing on all Konica Minolta machines. That's 12 months of expert maintenance for new and existing customers. Visit our new VIP Print Center at Pegasus Place, Airport Residential Area for a live demonstration. Call us on 050-164-5180 or 0302-798-829. Again, it's 050-164-5180 or 0302-798-829. SkySat Technologies. Performance that delivers every time.
Hello and welcome to Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Economist Professor Peter Quarter is urging government to diversify Ghana's export base and reduce the country's heavy reliance on gold as a major source of export earnings. His call follows data from the Ghana Statistical Service showing that Ghana's merchandise trade has risen from $6 billion in 2004 to $52.5 billion in 2025. Speaking on Joy Business Live, Professor Quarter said greater investment in value addition is needed to strengthen Ghana's export earnings and ensure more value is retained locally.
We've seen some improved trends in non-traditional exports. Our traditional commodities have been cocoa, gold, timber, but these days we see more of chili, we see more of pineapple, ginger, and other commodities. I think we should also look at those areas and try to diversify. I think our over-concentration on gold these days is not the best. Yes, it's good to take advantage of increased earnings, gold price on the international market. But we certainly have to diversify. Whatever we get from gold, we have to diversify, move some into irrigated agriculture and other value addition. Value-added products, because gold prices will not stay high forever. It will change. Crude oil, the same. We are mining or exporting oil. We will not be there forever. It will get to a point people are moving into other forms of fuel, and gradually there will be a shift. So we need to think ahead and move out of that. We are not processing the oil as well. It's recently that my oil refinery is being revamped to process oil. So we produce crude oil of high value, high quality, and we export in this crude form. Then we go to the international market to import oil, refined oil, very expensive. That dynamics has to change if we really want to make inroads with our development and transformation.
Away from that, Republic Bank PLC has taken over as headline sponsor for this year's JoyNews Habitat Fair after signing a partnership deal with the multimedia group. The move is expected to provide potential homeowners with the best platform to access financial support for their homes. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Managing Director for Republic Bank, Dr. Benjamin Joboku, assured patrons that this partnership will provide the best opportunity to acquiring homes. Here's more.
This year's JoyNews Habitat Fair promises to be different, offering varied opportunities for potential homeowners and patrons. According to the new headline sponsor, Republic Bank, Ghana's housing deficit is largely attributed to affordability. The bank says its collaboration with the multimedia group will help bridge this gap by providing potential homeowners with a variety of options to make home ownership more accessible.
Republic Bank, as you are aware, we started as a home finance company. Currently, we are market leaders, and therefore, we want to see how we can work together with a close partner like multimedia to close this deficit, or at least attempt closing the deficit. That is the reason we are embracing this. It is national in nature.
General Manager for Joy Brands, Fifi Kumsin, has assured that this year's event, which is expected to begin with a series of mini clinics, will introduce a different dynamic for both patrons and participants.
Republic Bank became the title sponsor of the Habitat Fair of our Kumasi brands. That was a very exciting time. And we've had a very exciting journey. As a result of that, just this year, we have had an extension of a further 5 years, and that has been signed. It just signals that there's something good working. Today, in the same spirit, we sign a further, and in this case, for the Accra brands, 3 years partnership with the Republic Bank. That makes Republic Bank the title sponsor of the entire Habitat Fair portfolio of the multimedia group nationwide. Indeed, that is a statement of confidence, and at the multimedia group, we do not take this lightly.
As part of efforts to bring home ownership closer to citizens, the Volta Regional Capital Hall will for the first time host one of the mini clinics for this year's event. Here's General Manager for Sales, Max Fuga.
We're taking the brand to where the potential home owners or home buyers are. And so we'll be doing one in Laboni, around the Palace Mall in Laboni. We'll be doing a second one at the airport, number 1 airport square. Again, we believe that people in those areas have housing needs, but they're not getting the right information. And so we are moving to the doorstep of a potential homeowners. And then we're going to do Ho, and do the final one at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, somewhere in November. And then we're going to do Kumasi for the Kumasi market. So it's getting bigger, it's getting exciting, and we're offering 360 solution for everything housing.
Now, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust says it is intensifying its focus on financial investment to boost returns and strengthen the sustainability of the pension scheme. The trust says its total assets have now grown to 36 billion cedis, announcing that it is considering more investment in financial instruments. Director General of SNET, Kwesi Afre-Baine, disclosed this at an engagement with organized labor.
The Social Security and National Insurance Trust SNET met with organized labor to provide an update on the performance of the pension scheme and its investment outlook. SNET says its total assets have now grown to 36 billion Ghana cedis, with the trust looking to leverage investment opportunities to generate stronger returns for contributors. The pension manager recorded a 10% return on its investments in 2025 and has paid 4.4 billion cedis in benefits as of June this year, covering its obligation to pensioners. Speaking in an interview, Director General of SNET, Kwesi Afre-Baine, says the trust will be focusing more on financial investments to strengthen the scheme.
We are conscious of the areas in which we play. The financial investments have given us some of the best returns on investments, and that has informed our decision to put a lot more money in that space. Now, when it comes to the real estate side, it not only gives us investment returns, but it also serves as a social good. Goal of improving on the returns on investment. We've shifted a bit more towards the areas of better growth than the real estate side.
ANSA welcomed the trust's performance, but urged SNET to further strengthen its investment portfolio to generate higher returns for contributors.
Now there's some kind of very good improvement in SNET activities, and we want to urge them to do more. Unlike previous, formerly, everybody was complaining about SNET, but now there's a big change in the SNET activities, and we urge them that they should do more. They should be more effective in their investment portfolios and ensure that whatever investment they do brings some kind of interest dividend so that people will enjoy their pensions.
The engagement with organized labor forms part of SNET's efforts to improve transparency and keep stakeholders informed about the performance and sustainability of the pension scheme.
As Ghana steps up effort to implement the 24-hour economy, the International Chamber of Commerce, Ghana, is pushing for stronger business connections to expand trade, attract investments, and unlock new opportunities across the economy. Here's more.
The International Chamber of Commerce Ghana has held a CEO breakfast meeting to explore how stronger business networking can support the implementation of Ghana's 24-hour economy. The meeting, held under the theme Networking for Ghana Within a 24-Hour Economy, brought together business leaders and policymakers to discuss ways of deepening collaboration, expanding trade, and creating new opportunities for investment. Secretary General of the Chamber, Emmanuel, urged government to adopt the ATA Canet system and ratify the Istanbul Convention to ease the temporary movement of business equipment across borders.
The ATA Canet brings on board international best practice for people to bring in equipment temporarily and then send it back. The current regime just allows for 90 days. If we have a proper CANI, a globally accepted CANI, that will allow people with an ATA CANI certificate to bring equipment in for, have a certificate for a year, to move their goods not only through Ghana but through 90 countries. And you will have to roll out a program of that nature. We need to ratify the Istanbul Convention.
Presidential advisor for the 24-hour economy, Augustus Goshitano, called for stronger collaboration among businesses to promote trade and drive economic growth.
Much of what holds Ghanaian businesses back is the weakness of our own connections between our own firms. A farmer with no link to a processor loses his crop. A processor with no secure buyer cannot borrow. A firm on its own reaches neither an export market nor a bank. Too often we look abroad for a deal before we look to the company across the road. That has to change, and thankfully it's beginning to change. In our national poultry program, we have brought together the distributors who today import frozen poultry, and we are turning them into buyers of Ghanaian farmers, so that the money stays here and our producers gain a market. The opportunities this program opens will be captured the same way. Alone, our firms will take the smaller share and watch foreign investors take the rest. By combining, networking, joint venturing, and pooling volumes and capital, Ghanaian businesses can meet those investors as equals and hold a greater part of value at home eventually, and definitely within the medium and long term.
Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister James Jachikwesin said Ghana's diplomatic missions are also being used to connect local businesses with international investors to create new opportunities for trade and tourism.
Economic diplomacy has been a key priority of the ministry. Through our diplomatic missions abroad, we are actively promoting Ghana as an attractive destination for trade, investment, and tourism, while facilitating connections between Ghanaian businesses and international partners. Our missions are increasingly serving as platform for economic engagement, with investment desks established across Ghana's missions abroad to identify investment opportunities, promote Ghanaian enterprises, and connect investors with relevant institutions in Ghana. We are also working to expand market access for Ghanaian products in traditional and emerging markets, particularly across Africa, under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Our objective is to establish Made in Ghana as a trusted and competitive brand across African markets.
The meeting underscored the need for stronger public-private collaboration and improved trade facilitation measures to help businesses take advantage of opportunities under Ghana's 24-hour economy agenda.
Moving on, the CEO of the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association, Amajampo, says stronger collaboration between institutional investors and fund managers is critical to unlocking more private capital for businesses in Ghana. She spoke to Joy Business on the sidelines of the LPGP matchmaking session held in Accra. Ghana's private capital ecosystem is attracting growing interest from institutional investors seeking opportunities in private markets. CEO of the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association, Amajampo, says the initiative is strengthening engagement between investors and fund managers while promoting investment opportunities.
We're here today to really educate the pension funds in Ghana. They sit on a lot of capital from our hardworking employees in the country. And we're really here to educate them about the opportunity to diversify the way they invest. Traditionally, they're very used to government bonds. You get your bills, you sit down, it's very passive. So obviously with everything happening in the economy now, things have changed. And so we are really encouraging them to diversify their investments. And so one of the areas and the opportunities that have been missed and misunderstood is private equity and venture capital. So how do we invest our CDs into the real economy to create more jobs, to create more salaried workers who then go on to contribute towards pensions, pay their taxes, and also see the money go around for the economy to grow. So we're here to really present our fund managers, our PE and VC or venture capital private equity fund managers to explain and present their funds, explain how they have invested, say, in a hospital, with maybe 100 beds and then go on to expand that company to have now 500 beds. These are very practical investment stories that are real. We have a lot of professional fund managers in Ghana who have invested in Ghana, in other countries, and other regions in the continent. And so we're just here to really present that opportunity to our pension funds to understand the opportunity that venture capital and private equity has for them.
Head of Strategy and Transaction at EY Ghana, Alice Osei Okra, highlighted the firm's support for private businesses and the investment ecosystem.
Our practice helps strengthen governance, transparency, and investor confidence through high-quality audit assurance services. Our consulting teams support business transformation, technology enablement, and operational improvement. Our tax professionals help clients navigate increasing complex tax environments. Together, these capabilities enable us to support organizations throughout the investment life cycle. We believe that a vibrant private capital ecosystem is critical to Ghana's economic future.
The LPGP matching session, organized by the Ghana Venture Capital and Private Equity Association, allowed fund managers to present investment strategies and projects to potential investors. In other development, total foreign currency deposit held by the commercial banks in Ghana have recorded significant growth, reaching a new level at the end of June this year. Fresh data cited by Joy Business shows the increase in foreign currency deposit reflecting development in dollar liquidity within the banking sector. More in this following Dex report.
The data picked up from the Bank of Ghana can be described as interesting. This because over the past 6 months, the regulator of the banking system has moved to enforce existing foreign currency regulations that has made it difficult to move dollars around, prevent persons from moving forex across borders, made it difficult for those that are not mandated to sell or trade in foreign currencies to do so. Some commercial banks have even made it difficult to even keep dollars in your bank account as they are moving to enforce the Bank of Ghana regulations. So for some, could it be said that these accounts are for large corporates and small businesses that are mandated to hold forex individuals who have been able to bypass the checks to hold forex in their bank accounts?
In a bid to combat corruption, social vices, and unethical conduct in the workplace, the 2026 Lausanne Workplace Forum is positioning the Christian faith as a catalyst for promoting integrity and ethical leadership. Here's more.
The 2026 Lausanne Workshop Forum has called on Christians to promote integrity, ethical leadership, and accountability in the workplace. Held under the theme Kingdom Impact in Every Sphere of Life, the forum seeks to position Christian values as a catalyst for positive change across society. Chairman of the African Union Advisory Board Against Corruption and Chairman of Advocacy for Christ Ghana, Honorable Kwame Edem-Senanu said the church has a key role to play in restoring integrity and accountability.
I believe that the church has a critical role to play. This year at the continental level, our theme is scaling up the promotion of integrity and anti-corruption actions across the continent. The data shows that we are losing between 80 billion to 125 billion dollars annually in terms of illicit financial flows. That kind of money cannot be trivialized. The difference in whether that money can translate, and that's about 25% of the GDP of Africa. It's almost about 50%, it's estimated that 50% of domestic revenue is being lost. That's too huge to be ignored. What will turn that around? It's when you have people who have values of honesty, who believe that the public good is much more important than individual benefit. And you can only nurture that where you have certain values that compel you to say, in spite of the fact that there's opportunity to steal, I will not steal.
Chairman of the Church of Pentecost Ghana, Apostle Dr. Eric Kwabena-Nyameche, also urged Christians to uphold their faith and values in order to influence society positively.
I want to encourage Christians. If many of us go out there and our light is shining, the darkness will vanish. But because a few of us are trying to ply our Christian lives, they are being attacked. But when all of us move on, nobody will be attacked. People will stop all this corruption. And because of us, people maybe will have to behave, because we are supposed to be the conscience of society. And let Christianity be the conscience of society. My appeal is to all Christians. It is not enough to be having churches. It is not enough also to be going to church. It's even not enough to be reading the Bible. The Bible is to be applied.
Presidential advisor on the economy said Tekpe called on Christians to apply Christian values and ethics in their professional lives.
As a group that is dedicated to the workplace, to bring the same faith into the workplace, then this should also be the mission of the churches. We all just maybe generally acknowledge we are Christians, so we go to church or whatever. And sometimes the teaching, of the church tends to, when we go, we tend to separate the church and the workplace. And we are all complaining about the difficulties that we face. So what His Excellency was in the speech, drawing attention to is that the two are complementary, right? You can't complain about the corrupt society and everything if you leave, the teaching in morality, the teaching, in everything positive.
The forum will also focus on technology in the digital space, entrepreneurship, integrity, and the cost of sacrifice.
Government is urging businesses and other private sector players to move beyond relying on public funding and invest directly in Ghana's agricultural transformation. Speaking at the launch of the Ghana Agricultural Education Transformation Fund, Food and Agriculture Minister Eric Opoku said an initial 3.5 million Ghana cedis has already been mobilized with a target of 10 million Ghana cedis by December 2026 and 100 million Ghana cedis by the end of 2028. He says the fund will support agricultural colleges, universities and research institutions with modern facilities, equipment, research and industry-focused training to produce the skilled workforce needed to drive agribusiness and reduce Ghana's dependence on food imports.
Government says investment in agricultural education must go beyond traditional classroom training if Ghana is to build a productive and competitive agricultural sector. Speaking at the launch of the Ghana Agricultural Education Transformation Fund, Food and Agriculture Minister Eric Opoku said agricultural colleges and other training institutions require modern laboratories, machinery, demonstration farms, digital learning tools, and industry-responsive curricula.
Before we can sustainably feed Ghana, we must equip Ghana. Before we transform our farms, we must strengthen the institutions that prepare the people who transform those farms. Our universities, technical institutions, research and training centers also develop the knowledge, technologies, and expertise upon which modern agriculture depends. However, many of these institutions require renewed investment in laboratories, workshops, demonstration farms, modern machinery, digital learning tools, research, scholarships, and industry-responsive curricula. If our graduates are to solve the real problem confronting farmers and agribusinesses, their education must combine sound theory with strong practical competence.
The fund also seeks to bridge the gap between agricultural training and industry needs. Lead coordinator Stephen Inshira Odatefio says graduates must gain practical experience with machinery and modern farming techniques before entering the workforce.
An agricultural engineer or a general agricultural graduate could have spent 4 years of going through his agric educational experience without ever knowing how to drive a tractor, without ever knowing how to repair a thresher, without ever knowing how to install a rice mill, or even managing a demonstration farm that has full year-round irrigation, or even access vacation internships that sharpen his skills towards the world of work when he graduates. And so if medicine is practiced before it is licensed, and if aviation is simulated before it is flown, then the very profession upon which our nation depends must see its educational institutions resourced. And so today, we launch an initiative to ensure that every agricultural student, graduate, is empowered with the needed resources to contribute meaningfully meaningfully and relevantly to the economic transformation of our land.
The Ghana Agriculture Education Transformation Fund currently has an initial 3.5 million Ghana cedis and is targeting 10 million Ghana cedis by December 2026 and 100 million Ghana cedis by December 2028 as government and private sector partners seek to build a stronger pipeline of skilled professionals for Ghana's agricultural economy.
In tonight's edition of Prime Business, my name is Winston Taki. Up next is Prime Sports.
When malaria shows up, it doesn't knock. It just takes over.
No. This fever is too much.
When malaria comes, respond with Mala-2. Fight malaria with Mala-2 tablets or syrup from Ernest Chemists. Test for malaria first before taking Mala-2. If symptoms persist for more than 48 hours, see a doctor. This advert is FDA approved.
Hi there, welcome to Prime Sports with me, Razak Musbao. Tonight, we're just 18 days to the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament happening on the 29th of August. And leading aquaculture company, Tropo Farms Limited, the producers of Volta Cash Tilapia, say they are determined to sweep all trophies at this year's edition. Now, of course, is happening at the University of Ghana Stadium on August 9. The tournament, which brings together business, corporate institutions and sports enthusiasts, aims to promote wellness, teamwork and networking through sports. There is more from our visit to the Volta Catch offices earlier today.
You are an incredible team. You are an incredible institution. And I like the energy you people have brought on board to the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. You see, it is important to know that if you need safe and quality fish, you can only get it at Volta Catch. Indeed. 1 in a million, because Volta Catch, they render the best of services. So whenever you need the best fish, which is of a high quality and safe, get in touch with Volta Catch. There's only one number you need to get in touch with for you to order your fresh tilapia. It's behind him. 0544 346976. There's no any other institution that will render the best of services like Volta Catch will do for you. Well, as an institution which render quality service and provide the best of fishes out there, you know how they do it. I don't know whether if they will be on the pitch to swim or they will go to the swimming pool to swim to catch more fish. 29th of August, Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. And there are going to be lots of activities. The moment I saw his dressing, I knew I have met my destiny helper.
Yes, definitely. You've met your destiny helper. You know, Volta Catch, we change people's destiny. Not only do we sell quality, fresh fish, but the fish you're getting is very delicious. So with our tilapia, definitely your destiny will be changed.
Indeed, and I knew it. I knew I was at the right place. I knew I was at the right place. Talk to me about what makes Volta Catch special.
The uniqueness is the taste, is the quality, and is the freshness of the tilapia. So you can get your tilapia straight from the lake today, straight to your plate. So where else can you get fresh fish from the lake straight to your plate within 1 hour? Nowhere else but Volta Catch. So whenever you go to the market, please look for Volta Catch tilapia.
My turn Volta Catch no my tour for like 3.5 years now. And you come ntina me guso ameto no. Nti metimi aka se ona me de come nti obi abetimi abetobi.
On Saturday, yes, you and your team will be in a Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. Yes. What should we expect from you?
Oh, you know, last year was the first time we were participating. So we've taken on board the feedback. We've taken on board what we need to do. So I, for one, I've been training for arm wrestling for the last 1 year. So my team, we have a dedicated team on our premises at Pakadan. They've been in camp for 3 months now. We've been waiting for this occasion. So last year we were just participating for participating's sake. This year we're going to win the medals. Also, yes.
One of the companies I visited told me that they have gone to hire Pep Guardiola to manage them ahead of the competition. Who have you hired?
Why do you need Pep Guardiola? Somebody who has already retired. You have me, upcoming coach. Yes, Volta Catch. Yes. So, with a coach extraordinaire like myself, who needs Pep Guardiola? Someone who's on retirement, who needs a Mourinho? Volta Catch, do we need any of those people? Thank you. So you have me. You meet me there. Yes.
We'll meet you there on August 29 at the University of Ghana Stadium for the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. But there are lots of events. Arm wrestling, there's football, there's swimming, there's a female penalty shootout, CEO penalty shootout. Which of them do you think you're walking away with?
Oh, we go to every battle prepared. We don't go just to participate. We go to win the medals. So we've looked at all the activities, CEO free kick, ladies, running, swimming, everything. We are participating to win. We are not just participating for participating's sake. We are going to win. So my guys are all ready. We are very ready. So we are coming to win. So take note, all the other companies, we are coming to win, not to participate only. Yes.
Well, you have the warning from Volta Catch. It's a big warning. You all need to step up. You all need to be at the University of Ghana Stadium on August 29 to experience the Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. It is the only space where you have a proper appreciation of what up-and-coming coaches like him can do.
Oh, Charlie, the only up-and-coming though. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep, so it's a big one, happened on August 29, and if you haven't yet registered, please do so. Get in touch with the team, the contact number there, and make sure you get your company on board. Now, Hearts of Oak have now officially withdrawn from the 2026 Ghana League Club Association Top 4 tournament, citing a clash with the existing program and concerns over preparations for the new Ghana Premier League season. The Accra-based club confirmed its decision in a statement issued earlier today, saying the dates set for the tournament conflict with other commitments already planned by the club. Now, Hearts also said the timing of the competition, coming close to the start of the new league season, could affect their preparation and disrupt other important programs. Now, the Phobians said they had previously engaged GACA over the issue and requested that the tournament date be changed to allow them to take part. However, according to the club, those discussions did not lead to a change in the schedule. Meanwhile, reacting to this development, the chairman of GACA, Mr. John Kofi Ansah, said despite the withdrawal of Accra Hearts of Oak, the tournament will proceed with Summertex expected to replace them.
The 3rd of this month, check your system. You will realize that Hearts of Oak Kotoko, Kumasi, Democracy Cup, that was confirmed. And based on the discussion we have had with them earlier, we decided to move the tournament to 26 to give them the opportunity to do another day. We were still talking and we were making sure that we confirmed days that we put out there. And so we waited to make sure that the 23rd is honored by Hearts of Oak and Kotoko for the Democracy Cup. Unfortunately for us, when we have communicated to the other competitors that we're doing 26, where they have also programmed themselves towards that. You and I know that one of the clubs that is competing is not even having its preseason in Ghana. Isn't it?
Yes.
And so when you are there, what do? You plan towards it. You can just not call you and say that let us play the game on 21st. We can do that. And we could not change the date. They have to stick to what all of us are done. For your information, our first meeting, they were there. They never told us they were not going to participate. And so based on that, we look at the league ladder and can quickly address it by way of consulting with the Summertex, who were readily available. And so we put them on. So their pull-out is based on their own internal arrangements, which did not work the way it was supposed to have worked and help them to be part of the force.
Now, the 5th edition of the Division 1 League Super Cup did kick off earlier this week. The Linkley Stadium in Obuasi, Atram Divisa, drew 3-3, were newly promoted Premier League side WB United, while Lebusion drafts Thrash Real Tamale United by 4-1. Joseph Ayenga has more in this report.
6 goals and a dramatic comeback marked the opening game of the 5th X1 Division 1 League Super Cup. DBB United took the lead through Ibrahim Alassan before Atram Divisa Jr. equalized. Kojo Entry and Clemens Nketia then put DBB United 3-1 ahead. But Atram Divisa fought back with Abdul Majid Masood reducing the deficit before Thomas Otri completed the comeback. Masood, who was named man of the match, says their coach's motivation helped them recover from the 2-goal deficit.
Yes, we are giving our coach back us up with his words and motivate us to come back and equalize the 2 goals when we were down. Yeah, the group game is very tight and they are well experienced, let me say, and they are good. So we have to come up with good game and good tactics.
DBB United assistant coach Francis Makea admits his side lost concentration after taking a 3-1 lead, allowing Atram Divisa back into the game.
Yeah, I think it was a difficult match. And in football, it is a sport full of uncertainties. Yeah, we led by 3-1, but I think the last hour, lack of concentration on my boys, Atram was able to come back. Yeah, I think they are doing well, but more room for improvement.
For Atram Divisa coach Godwin Atram, the competition is an opportunity to assess his players and prepare for the new season.
Well, I think it's very exciting tournament. It's a pre-season tournament, good for players. We just want to see team organization, the structures, advantages and disadvantages, also how the team attack and defend it.
The competition is sponsored by Hoshi International Limited. Their country manager, Ivy Ndona, highlighted the partnership's role in connecting the brand with football supporters.
Ultimately, the partnership will help us build brand awareness and also get stronger connection with the football community and consumers as a whole. So far, it's been positive, and I'm quite excited to see people passionate about football coming together and also to support the team and the brand as a whole.
The second Group A game saw former Premier League side Royal Tamale United lose 4-1 against Cape Coast Mysterious Dwarfs. Obuasi Municipal Chief Executive Honorable Fostina Apia Kunin performed the ceremonial kickoff before the opening game. Reporting for Joy Sports, Joseph Ayinga Water.
Well, the tournament did continue today with Ashanti Gold losing to Insiapon United and Semperfi also playing today. And they ended up drawing against Tamale City in their fixture, and the games are expected to continue. Now, Swiss Super League giants FC Basel have donated football kits and training equipment to cold football clubs, women's teams and educational institutions across Ghana's Upper West region. It forms part of efforts to support grassroots football development and provide young players with the equipment they need to train and compete. There's more in this report.
The donation included multiple sets of jerseys, socks, training wear, and track suits, providing much-needed equipment for young footballers and teams in the region. Among the educational institutions that benefited from the latest donation were Tumu Senior High Technical School, St. Clair's Technical and Vocational Institute, Vamboy Basic School, and Bande Basic School. Football clubs and teams that received kits included Cheria Ladies, Soccer Babies, Kulfo Dreams, Malema FC, Kong Danger Stars, and Hila Stars. The items were presented by lead sports editor at Joy Sports, Fentu Tahiru Fentu.
Last year, FC Basel sent down a couple of jerseys, and we managed to send them to a couple of institutions. My alma mater, Canton Secondary School, were one of the beneficiaries of that. The videos we sent back to the club, they were super happy with the impact that those donations made. So this year, they've sent so much more. And courtesy of the same club, we're now able to donate to many more clubs and impact many more communities. So the 10 beneficiaries in the Upper West region is just the beginning. There will be some donations in the Upper East region as well as the Northern region. And all of this has been kind courtesy Alex Akwe, a football agent who's had a very close working relationship with the FC Basel, who's managed every year to secure these boxes of excess jerseys and training equipment that can go a long way to benefiting a lot of these communities. It really is our own very little contribution to grassroots football development. And I really have to thank FC Basel for their continuous belief and trust and commitment to impacting as many lives as possible. We can't be more grateful. And for Alex as well, for always consistently getting these things down here. It's not easy, and paying for shipment and all of this. The jerseys can't come to you for free, but you have to transport them across to all of these other places, and all of that involves some money, and it's all being funded straight out of our pockets. But we are grateful that we have the equipment in the first place, and that's the most important thing. Hopefully, they will be even happier with the impact that this year's donations would make, and next year we can have much more to give.
I would like to say a very big thank you to FC Basel and Fentu for this wonderful donation. We really appreciate it.
Ladies, we say thank you to FC Basel and Fentu for the donation.
Beautiful initiative there. Well, Somali referee Omar Aten is set to make history tomorrow when he takes charge of the UEFA Super Cup clash between Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa in Salzburg, Austria. Now, the 34-year-old will become the first non-European referee to officiate the UEFA Super Cup, marking a significant milestone for African football and Somali refereeing. His historic appointment comes just weeks after he missed the 2026 FIFA World Cup after being denied entry into the USA. Now, Aten described the experience as a difficult period, but said the support he received from across the football community helped him move forward. Aten has been a FIFA-listed international referee since 2018 and was named CAF Men's Referee of the Year in 2025. He has also officiated several major African fixtures, including the second leg of the 2025-26 CAF Champions League final. He will be supported by fellow African officials with Liban Abdul Razak Ahmed of Djibouti and Stephen Eliezer Onyango Yembe of Kenya serving as assistant referees. Well, from Somalia, let's come back to Ghana because cyclist Joseph Tekan rode from Jirapa in the Upper West region to Accra in 6 days, covering a distance of some 755 kilometers. According to him, this adventure is intended to raise awareness about the poor state of the Wa-Accra Highway and substance abuse among the youth. He joins me in studio for more on this incredible journey. Joseph, good to have you.
Nice meeting you too.
How are you feeling? I can imagine, how is your body feeling?
I'm
6
feeling
days
good.
riding
Yeah. I'm
Wow.
feeling fine.
You're feeling fine?
Yes.
Are you do this? Is this something you do on a regular? I'm just wondering how you prepared yourself to ride on a bicycle all the way from the Upper West down to Accra.
Yes, it's something we do on regular basis, and so it's part of me. It's part of me. Yes.
Interesting. You wanted to raise awareness about the Wa-Accra Highway. How bad really is it?
In fact, there are videos and pictures to that effect. And then when I was on the way, I was taking pictures and then videos, and then you could see that the road is just terribly bad. The road is in a very deplorable stage, and in fact, there are contractors on the way. We are told it is under the big push, and so there are contractors on the way, but not all the section of the road. In fact, from the Wa to Bamboy in the Wa in the Upper West region to Bamboy in the Savannah region, I think that aspect of the road, there've not been any serious work on that section of the road. But from Bamboy towards Tachima area, there've been some work there, and the contractors are doing well at that section of the road, per what I have seen.
So the hope is that at least the work will continue all the way to the other stretches that has not been occupied. Incredible. Then also the issue of substance abuse. I mean, how prevalent is it in where you come from?
Okay, not only where I come from. It is something that has become part of us as a country. And we've all realized that these days, a lot of the youth are actually into drugs abuse. And so I was thinking it's supposed to be within my region. But after a lot of research, I've realized that a lot of the youth in the country are actually into it. So I've taken it upon myself that it should be a campaign that should be based around all the country and not only limited to my region. Yes.
Interesting. And beyond the cycling, especially on the subject of the substance abuse, beyond the cycling, which you've taken advantage of to raise awareness about this issue and encouraging the youth to desist from it, beyond this cycling event, what else do you plan to do to get this message across?
In fact, I've also, I'm trying, mobilizing funds to see how I can organize groups so that we can be many. And the work is big, and so we need to be many so that we can be able to carry out the work. So I'm trying, mobilizing funds to see if people can come on board, and so we can see how we will now fight this particular act.
Are we likely to see you do this on an annual basis, or how? Yeah, I mean, are we going to see this tried again next year?
Yes, it's going to be on an annual basis. Yes.
Incredible. I was thinking I could join you, but I don't know how far I can go.
We will definitely train you if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot for me, because even riding from here to my house at a point I have to jump into a trust.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's incredible what you're doing. And so far, have you received any support? Is there any institutions that you're hoping will collaborate with you to continue this?
Definitely, there has not been any institution for now, but I think there is a foundation, in fact, that is based in the Jirapa municipality, and so they have come on board to support me in a way, but not to take the full support. I mean, all that I've spent, they have not come to take that, but in fact, they've been doing well, and they have actually come on board. They are called the Anwele Foundation. They are an NGO. And so they are the people so far that have assisted me in a way. But there's not been any sponsorship from anyone.
If anybody wants to reach you, Joseph Tiakan, that's the name they can reach you on all the social media handles.
No, please.
Okay, what was the
and
details
so
there?
on TikTok, it's Cyclist Joseph.
Cyclist Joseph.
Yes. Yes. And then on Facebook, it's Right from Japa to Accra.
Okay.
Right from Japa to Accra.
Okay. And when they get in touch with you, they can enter your DM and can take
exactly. I think if anyone wants to reach me, I equally have a number that I can leave behind. Should someone?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So you can share the number.
So the number is 0540798115. 0540798115.
0540798115.
Yes.
What you're doing is incredible, and congratulations to you. And thank you so much for offering yourself to help the youth of this country. And congratulations to you. I'm sure all the people in Jirapa are excited about what you're doing, and we'll be there in Jirapa sometime in the future.
So I'll seek for your permission to greet one or two people.
Yeah, we've got to go. So
okay,
10 seconds.
It's cool. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And so the JIDAD community in the Accra here, JIDAD means Jirapa Area Youth Development Association. I think they are based in Accra here. And when I actually came, they were the people that received me, and since then they are the people that have been carrying me around and doing all the things that I needed. And so I must say a very big thank you to them. And
congratulations, guys.
Yes, and to one Professor Bruce. I mean, he's a chief at our part there, but he's based in Accra here. So a very big thank you.
Yes, been very supportive.
Yes, and then the Fokuntiasia committee, I think I must appreciate them. The Zunwa Hospital, let me appreciate them too.
Wonderful.
So thank you very much.
Joseph, thank you very much for coming through. Congratulations to you once again. And to you for watching, we really appreciate it. We'll be back same time tomorrow.
People look in envy at Rwanda, Malaysia, and Singapore. What it took to get them where they are we prepared to do that? Singapore still has corporal punishment, but all the human rights lawyers are in Ghana, though.
When Akufo-Addo was in power, do you know how we hold in neck? But there is a new political party in power, a new sheriff in town. I will not be boxed into submission.
No matter how much money you give to a poor mind, they will go back broke.
If I have to sleep with somebody for my rent, sleep with somebody to get a car, sleep with somebody who's going to give me the dress, are you not tired?
Neutrality about journalism is a fallacy. You cannot be a football fanatic and say that you are neither Kotoko or Hearts.
Your mom is in the kitchen and you're like, I have rehearsal, so you won't help mommy cook. We're gonna have an audacious sister who doesn't know how to cook. Wow. Talk, no, they cook rice.
And when do children go to school and when don't children go to school? Yeah, bomba. It's a classes.
You don't always have to win when it comes to pageants or competitions.
You don't always have to win.
You don't always have to win.
But you entered because you wanted to
Exactly.
When I find somebody saying, my boss didn't like me, that's why I left. It's weird because we are constantly looking for very competent workers and we don't want them to leave.
Where do you get this love to give?
That's a very deep one.
For some of us, we don't have anybody to confide in. So the next person is the wrong person.
No matter how we feel like we are superstars or we're artists, we're human. I will never be able to please everybody.
Well, it's simmering, boiling, and today it appears to have simply exploded when it comes to the controversy